So, this is going to be a new series of videos that I'm doing. General idea is that these are plays that I found interesting or confusing or whatever while I was watching live, and I'm recording myself going through them for the first time on the All-22, trying to figure things out with zero prep. Thus, the name. Now, this is a play that Trubisky threw an interception in the end zone on. Now, looking at it here, I'm assuming he's throwing to Robinson. It's a little hard to tell. Yeah, he throws it like somewhere in between. Was that Holtz? I think that's Holtz. Throws it in between Holtz and Robinson here, so it's a little difficult to tell who he's thrown it to, but looking at the routes they're running, okay, I'm gonna guess that Holtz is supposed to be running like a fade route to the corner, and Robinson, it's a little hard to tell. I mean, the route, it's like it looked like he took, doing a little corner route. I'm not sure if that's the route that he was supposed to be running though. Hang on, let me run through this again. Yeah, it looks like he stops there, sort of adjusts to the ball, and then yeah, he slants out. So I mean, it looks like a corner route, but I'm not sure if that's the route that he was initially intending to run there. It almost looks like he's preparing to do like a little out route, but then adjusts to the ball and carries it back into a corner route. And then Holtz, instead of running his fade, or you know what, I don't know that he's running the fade. He might just be running a little post up here. It's hard to say, but whatever he was supposed to be running, he kind of curves it in here. I mean, I'm assuming he's going after the ball. I mean, you can see here the ball's out. I mean, the ball is well out here. So whatever he does, he's almost certainly adjusting to the ball. So my guess is that Trubisky's throwing to Robinson, and Holtz, whatever, he either gets confused, doesn't know the play, or he just gets tunnel vision on the ball and just either thinks it's to him or thinks it's an errant pass or whatever. And he goes, adjusts, and tries to make a play on the ball, not realizing that Robinson is heading to the same spot. Now, unfortunately, when he does this, he brings his defender over there with him, and he's able to make a play on the ball. And you see Robinson here trying to trail back, but it's hard to say. He doesn't look like he was ever going to get to that ball, so it probably wasn't a great pass. He was probably interfered with a little bit by his defender, so, you know, had he not been, maybe he gets a shot at it. It's hard to say. Like, here's the thing. Like, you look at him here, and he sort of stops. The ball's in the air. He turns around for some reason, does a little spin, and then starts trailing back, almost like he's adjusting to the ball, like he's not expecting it to go there. So I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't look like he was ready for it. And Holtz apparently was ready for it, but I don't think he was the intended target. So, I mean, I'm not sure if, I don't know, maybe Trubisky was supposed to be throwing the out route here, and he threw it like it was a corner route. It's hard to say. Let's switch angles and see what we can see over there. Yeah, okay, here it looks like we're going to have a better angle on the ball. Takes a shot, and right there. Now, like I said, Holtz, I'm guessing, was either running a fade or he was just posting up here. for a jump ball. And yeah, you can see this guy draped all over Robinson. But the ball's right here, and the trajectory of it's kind of taking it that way. So it's questionable whether Robinson could have ever even gotten to it, regardless of being interfered with, because, I mean, he's trailing back here. So basically, he's headed straight to where Holtz is. So, yeah, I'm still going to work under the assumption that he's throwing to Robinson here, because if he isn't, I mean, that's an awful, awful throw. You know, if he's trying to hit Holtz out here, terrible throw. If he's trying to hit Robinson here, not bad, but yeah, I don't know if he was going to get there. So honestly, this ball's probably incomplete if Holtz doesn't trail in and bring his defender with him. Now that's what caused the interception. I mean, that was obvious even live during the game that Holtz being there is what caused that interception. The question was there a route screw up, or was that how it's drawn up? It doesn't look like it's how it was drawn up. I don't see any reason why you would drop a play where there's two routes in the same area like that, unless you're trying to get a rub or something, which, no, they're not trying to get a rub in the back of the end zone. Now, the thing that makes this play seem so strange is that Trubisky actually gets rid of the ball earlier than it feels like he does. So it seems like the guys are just running their routes, but actually they look like they're adjusting to the ball. Let's switch back to the other angle. We can see better. Yeah, now here you can see Trubisky. Let's go with the ball right here. Let's back that up into his windup. There. Yeah. There. So, right there, getting rid of the ball. Holtz engaging here, so he's either about to pop back off him and post up, or he's getting some space so he can head to the corner. Robinson, tough to say, he's looking back for the ball here, but there's no real indication what his break's going to be. And the ball's going to be let loose here. So, I mean, Robinson could be, his route could very well be this. Could very well be that. If it is, it's not a terrible throw. I mean, from here he probably could get there, assuming he wasn't interfered with. But the problem is that he sort of stops, does a little spin there before heading back there, that's what makes me question whether or not that was actually the route or whether he was just adjusting to a poorly thrown ball. Because, I mean, judging by where Holtz is here when he lets it go, I don't think there's really much of a chance that he was trying to throw it to Holtz. I mean, it's possible if his route, wasn't to the corner and was instead, say, just a straight go route. And it's possible, because then all you'd have to do is adjust inside. I don't know why you throw it there. So my working assumption is going to be that Robinson was the intended target. Maybe he let it float on a little bit. Whether Robinson was supposed to be running an in or a corner, whatever. Looks like he was the intended target. Holtz rounded his route in. Too many guys in the same place, and interception. So we,without knowing how the play was drawn up or who Trubisky really was throwing to in this case, it's we can't say for sure what happened, but that's what it looks like to me anyway. It was just an unfortunate case of either Trubisky throwing a bad ball and then Holtz trying to go get it, not realizing it wasn't to him, in which case he brings his defender with him, causing the interception. Or it was always going to be a corner route from Robinson, but he got interfered with a little bit, so he couldn't get back to where he needed to get to, or, and also he sort of stuttered on his break. I don't know what he was doing there. I'm not sure why that is, unless he was really running an out route there and it was just a poorly placed ball. I don't know. See, the thing that makes the most sense is, like, now that I think about it, is either one of two things. Either Holtz is supposed to be posting up here and Robinson is running the corner, which makes a lot of sense considering where the ball is placed. Or Holtz is running the fade to the corner of the end zone, and Robinson posts up here, turns, and then is going to get separation and run an in route. See, in both of those cases, you have separation between the routes, so that way they don't interfere with one another. See, plenty of space in between them, so that way you don't have, one defender able to cover two guys on a pass. That's the last thing you want, especially in the end zone, considering that can often lead to an interception, and when you're down this deep, those can easily turn into pick sixes, and you do not want that. So not only are you losing the 6 points on your own, you're also possibly giving them 6. So it's never a good thing. But anyway, that's my guess on what's going on in this one. It's kind of a weird play. So it's possible Trubisky made a bad throw, or maybe just Robinson made a bad move. Either way, I'm pretty sure Holtz wasn't the intended target. I don't see any world where they design a route tree with him coming in like that. So that's my guess on it. So happy holidays, everyone. Take it easy.